easy.
Securing me. Enemy care package incoming. Securing Alpha.
Fuck is with a sensitivity, holy shit. 1 minute is fine and the next minute it's going heavy. Zooming. Fuck is killing you in the game, man. Controls.
Securing me. Securing Bravo. Who's that Charlie?
That's specific game.
UAV online. UAV online.
Fucking game in, mate. The gun's just had. He's got a chopper. Fucking just. He's like a minute cheater, really.
All you need is to be writing saying send £20 to this fucking PayPal and we'll give you semi-fucking adjunct.
Ironically, it was. Oh, it wasn't, man. Oh, so the nuke does end. It didn't last time.
We've been defeated. A new challenge
She was
awaits us.
flashed up in public that.
Hi Alexi, how you doing? Yeah, I had the wrong chat up there. What if I vote for Rust or Shipment again? Are you joking? Boom, 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 boom. Time to go and get fucked up by own Shipment.
Shit.
Fuck me, I'll probably switch
Shit.
games now.
That should be-
Dun, 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 dun. Fuck it, mate, we're going to a quick scope. 1v1, maybe. Fuck it. Shipment.
Take no prisoners, comrades.
Securing Bravo.
The dog, the big guy go.
We've taken the lead.
Right. In a hard scope, I'm pretty good at that.
Counter UAV deploying.
Ready for deployment.
Still, quick scoping, trick scopes, no scopes, that's what your neck, that's what more fucking teenagers do. Get all kills for them.
I'm just trying to get used to the fucking controls. It's weird doing it with mouse and keyboard and no controller. Realize.
UAV recon standing by.
VD recon stand.
Standing by.
Oh wait.
UAV recon ready for deployment.
Bravo. Who's this Charlie? Counter UAV up.
Counter UAV up.
UAV
They are
recon
blind.
standing by.
Securing A.
It's weird coming on and sniping on a different game that's not an op, mate, honestly. It feels so weird. The gun's so big in comparison.
UAV recon is standing by.
The size of the scope on this. Obviously I fucking hit him. Fuck it, mate. We're changing to the OP UM.
It's weird because when you aim into the sea as well, like, you can see the room.
UAV recon.
You could go in the op.
Your UAV recon is standing by.
Approaching.
Ooh, I've got to.
Enemy care package incoming. UAV online.
Nice.
Securing Alpha.
Yeah, that's it, it's the same. Oh, it does, it's all.
He gets me.
I don't like to hear the UMP with the silence and that's just sucks one.
Yeah, speaking heavy quiet, innit?
It's because I reduced the game.
I scream that wake up.
Yeah. Obviously the UMPs is the I remember it, but they hear it with a silence on it, because that was all satisfying.
It sounds like it's the same one. Who's turned you up?
Probably fixed them.
Ready for deployment.
Securing Bravo.
Your UAV recon is
Nails
standing by.
Joe.
Fuck, I think we could never win.
Standing by. UAV recon is standing by.
UAV online. Securing Bravo. B secure.
If they hit me with the nade, okay.
UAV recon standing by. Repeat. UAV recon
Aye, it's the fucking push to aim me, it's fucking on top, which I don't like.
UAV spotted.
What? Keep changing?
Record me, but if I...
UAV recon ready for deployment.
2 seconds.
Emergency airdrop on the way.
I don't even know my fucking stun button.
UAV online.
UAV recon standing by. Repeat. UAV recon.
Oh, I know being able to strafe is the already.
UAV online.
Spawn
UAV recon ready.
Welcome to shipment.
UAV recon standing by.
Fuck. I need a controller, honestly. See what it's feeling like. Ooh, this one is fun off. I want the ACR, I don't want any of these other things. Ah, fuck, I didn't even get a chance. Come on, dog, bigger guy, let me fucking go out. Oh yeah, just
Securing A.
Wait, Mr. fucking Jones and that. I don't remember the spaz ever hit marking for that distance, boys.
UAV recon standing by. Repeat. UAV recon standing by. UAV recon ready for deployment.
App's getting pulled.
Well, I've just seen that, what the fuck?
Securing B.
That should have been instant.
Enemy UAV
The map is getting popped, I'll take it at the very least.
Right, yellow jumped in it.
UAV recon standing by. Repeat. Enemy advanced UAV standing by.
Enemy AGM online.
I'll try to play like CS is weird. Jiggle people and all this man.
Standing by. UAV recon. UAV recon ready for deployment.
Oh, I love it.
UAV recon standing by. Repeat. UAV recon is standing by.
Alright, I'll fucking get the UAV up, man, shut up.
B online.
Is somebody talking in chat?
No, it's the wee announcer. I was like, UAV ready for fucking deployment, man. He kept saying it, mate. I was like, aye, I know.
Nah.
I remember that kill streak being an MW2. Just saying. Fucking Reaper, that's more like a fucking Black Ops 2.
Enemy UAV.
UAVs, fuck it.
I'll show you on the death cam where that guy is.
It should. I prefer my op over the I'm not even getting a fucking chance to see anybody. Just good. The QQ doesn't work and it's doing my head in, mate. The QQ doesn't work. I need a controller for this shit, man. Puffy midget. Let's go.
Securing A.
What? Sure.
Цель уничтожена. Заряжаюсь.
Oh, it's so weird to quick scope, man, with a mouse and keyboard.
Враг убит. Враг убит.
UAV online. Friendly
Like, yeah,
carrier.
1-1 if I wanted to do it.
Цель уничтожена.
A secure. Friendly AGM online.
Bro, see when you're used to playing CS so much, man. Holy shit, that's just feels weird.
A shame from all the games for sure, man. Because I used to sit top of.
Меняю обойму, магазин. Уничтожена.
Bad. Should have been 150 cal.
We are close to victory, comrades.
I think I'm on what's all wait, let me see. Oh, that was a
Securing C.
Магазин.
so I no scoped him for a hit marker.
Цель уничтожена.
Even then, this feels pure slowness. I used to feel that
I've
slowness
no-
like this.
I've no got sleight of hand pro, mate.
Ah, never know.
Цель уничтожена.
Enemy UAV spotted.
Враг убит.
No way. Just hit him through a wall.
Incoming.
Fucking hit marker. And no spawning and dying to kill streak shit, it's getting on.
Predator missile incoming.
Прикрой меня. Я должен перезарядиться.
Yay! Hey! Come on in. Still fucking hate shipment. No, can we stop doing fucking rust and shipment? Man, I'm leaving. Just got a different server. I'm not doing rust and shipment, then rust and shipment. Fuck off. Sweats that have no fucking stopped playing the game.
Dome would have been a good one.
It's fucking anything but rust and shipment, honestly, man. Fucking can't stand either of them.
See what I used to like, right? See on the original
This is a
MW2.
trick shot server.
See on the original MW2. Fucking see on PC, you were able to get zombie servers, mate, and they were so fun to play about with, mate. They were so fun, mate. Honestly, like the zombies were shite, you know. But I don't know, it was just like one of those bad goods, mate. It was so good.
Probably, yeah. What is dome that they're doing? Why does it keep showing up fucking Austin? Ado is the two. It's like everything.
Domination. Slamming ball. Losing C.
Dome, man, I've only played it twice ever.
Цель уничтожена!
We're being dominated. Take
With the
those
shite
positions.
version of this UN.
A secure.
Смотрю, да,
Losing
Ищи
Bravo.
пойму!
Losing Bravo.
Заряжаюсь!
Is that how?
Charlie secure. We lost B.
Did we? I didn't fucking notice when I died in front of it.
Our UAV's online. Enemy Predator missile incoming.
Just happened to fucking go for me, didn't he? Oh god, explode.
I'll be
Враг убит! Враг убит!
Securing A. Losing C. We're being dominated. Take those positions.
Цель уничтожена!
Oh man.
Securing B.
Holy shit, mate, I got flashed like 6 times? Holy fuck.
Флашбэнг идет!
B secure.
Враг убит!
Securing C.
this fucking came up for me. That's why.
Charlie secure.
Nah, I still didn't think. Yeah, this whole quadrille didn't think. I think.
Losing Bravo.
There's a thing.
Прикрой меня, перезаряжаюсь!
We lost Bravo.
Меня
What did he shoot? Oh, he's up there. Ah, it's Doman.
заряжаюсь!
Our UAV's online.
Прикрой меня, перезаряжаюсь! Цель уничтожена! Заряжаюсь!
Losing Charlie. Our UAV's online.
Abdullah 2220.
Losing C.
Меня поймут!
Enemy UAV spotted. Take care of it. Enemy
That was an
Predator
enemy, I'm not
missile
gonna lie, I
incoming.
thought it was my
Прикрой
team.
меня, перезаряжаюсь!
I walked into that, man.
Меня... Враг убит!
Securing Alpha.
Враг убит!
A secure.
Oh, that was my team. I was sitting there trying to.
Our UAV's online. Losing Alpha. We lost
Цель
A.
уничтожена! Цель уничтожена!
Missile incoming. Securing Alpha.
Заряжаю взрывчатку!
Let's do this.
Charlie. B secure. We lost C.
Он убит! Прикрой меня, перезаряжаюсь!
He had this eye on soon.
Recon standing by. UAV recon is
Oh,
ready.
ACR.
Securing Charlie. Losing B. UAV recon standing by. Charlie secure.
Цель уничтожена!
Losing Bravo. We lost B. Coastal secure. UAV recon is ready.
Цель уничтожена!
You. We'll get in a kill. What?
Our UAV is online.
We've changed it to school streets, haven't we?
Enemy AGM online. Losing Alpha. We lost C.
Or yeah, that landed in the room. Alright, that's literally just fucking spawned it. What? Hey, Space Eaters, how you doing, brother?
Space Eaters are always in Dublin.
Enemy Predator missile incoming. Charlie secure.
It's always me that's fucking dying. I'm
Our
ready.
UAV is
I'm ready.
online. Securing B.
Он убит! Враг убит!
Securing A. UAV recon ready for deployment. Our UAV is online. Securing Alpha.
Ma.
Our UAV is online. ATM online.
Прикрой меня, перезаряжаюсь!
Securing Bravo.
Меняю обойму!
Securing A. Losing C.
Hey. That's when you need the DLC, so it just caught me on spawn.
Securing Alpha.
Yeah, having a good day, guys.
You have been defeated.
Ba-ba-dum-bum-dum-bum-bum. Yeah, I'm doing alright, I'm doing alright. I'm a little annoyed, I'm a little pissed off with the news. Other than that, I've had a decent day. It's as good as it can be. Get us on a random map. Why is it showed Rust all free? Game it. We didn't hit random to play another game with Rust, did we?
Domination.
Seriously?
Wait,
I'm telling you, this server must be Rust shipment below. Has to be.
Tsunami bomb.
Цель
Securing C.
Oh,
C secure. We've taken the lead. Bravo secure. Enemy has A.
tripping. Seen him? I'm so confused. That it is, sir. That it is. I don't know if I'm on ultra low latency, I might be a bit delayed, I'm not sure.
Right in the stream.
Losing
Aye.
Charlie.
What the fuck? I'm just dying because I'm shite now.
We lost C. Enemy UAV spotted. Take care of it.
Oh fuck it, I seen it coming over, but I just...
Securing C. Counter UAV has been
Excuse me? I
deployed.
fucking hit left click.
C secure. Losing Bravo. UAV recon is ready. Losing C. Losing Charlie. Lost Charlie. Securing A. Losing Bravo. A secure. Enemy UAV spotted. Take care of it. Our UAV is online. Losing Bravo.
Final.
Advanced UAV online. Take them out. Enemy UAV spotted. Take care of it.
Oh mate, I've fucking got a black
Enemy
bird up and I
UAV
still died.
spotted. Take care of it.
Captain.
Lost B.
Ah. What happened to me having an advanced UAV up? Does it only last like 2 seconds or can they destroy it or something?
I remember being able to destroy it, but that was in the UAVs. It was in like
Aye, it was UAVs, no-
fucking high up.
And you didn't even get a blackbird in this game. Or an advanced
Did you not have an
UAV.
equivalent?
It was Black Ops 1 that introduced it as a blackbird. And
Enemy
then in
predator missile
MW3 they changed it to advanced UAV.
secure. Losing B.
Fuck off man, I cleared all the angles. Big, best gun bro, best gun in this game. With a silencer of course.
Enemy UAV spotted. Losing
Other
We lost
fucking one on the same Texas. God off. What, he was still in there?
That's it.
I'm terrible.
securing Charlie.
I'm fucking terrible boys.
AGM online. Charlie secure.
I can't see. Do that shit for the time, man. It's like the tumbleweed of Scotland. You see a random fucking canister in the fucking street.
Truck faster than the town, that's where it's like.
Plus, it's coming down.
Walking throwing time on the same text is ridiculously slow.
I listen to tiny bottles. Ali, seen that?
UAV spotted.
Hmm?
Take care of it.
You get like 3 miniature bottles of buckfast.
Aye.
It's like, it's like these shots it. You get buckfast in a can?
Aye. No,
I'd be like,
no. No, you can't.
no?
Oh, not that I've ever seen that.
Okay. Sure. Rachel's saying you can. See the show she works in? Buckfast in that can.
Not that I've ever seen before, mate.
Securing
The
A.
wee bottles you're talking, like say a half bottle of Smirnoff.
Aye.
I've seen them.
No.
I've never seen the wee
No.
texture ones. I know what you're talking about. I've got a famous grouse sitting here with one of the wee bottles.
I just know about the wee tiny bottles because Mitchell, he fucking came in with fucking 4 of them. It's like, what the fuck is that? I was like, that's my pre-grade. Oh, shit.
I know, I've never seen the wee. I mean, sample bottles, what you would call that.
Sample bottles. I'm just sampling buckfast. Fucking. Yeah, sampling
They're obviously
noise,
not meant
speaking
for
fucking-
Buckfast. Somebody obviously just thought, fuck it. Yeah, good idea.
Securing A. A secure. Enemy ATM online. UAV recon ready for deployment. Our UAV's online. Losing A.
Keep on going, using
We lost Alpha. Enemy UAV.
Crazy bitch.
It's the drum. It's not good. Like,
Wait, is this got the silence? No, it's got the red dot sight on it, man. I want the silencer.
Advanced UAV ready for deployment. Advanced UAV online. Take them out. Enemy UAV spotted. Take care of it. Keep on them. We're winning this one. Counter UAV up. They're blind. Securing Alpha.
Fine, I'm coming this time. Would you? Oh, he is. I was just looking else. Oh! I wouldn't let a jump scare my off for that.
Securing A.
Pushed it for.
You've lost the lead. Securing C. Standing by. Enemy Predator missile incoming. Securing Charlie.
It's my fucking turn, you can
Friendly ATM online.
listen.
Securing C.
this is a couple of smoke. That big fucking. Big back fucking charge out, you know, and get them.
We lost Bravo. Enemy UAV spotted. Take care of it.
That's fair.
Johnny.
You fucking. Fuck. just sat watching the service because I'm not counting. I was playing fucking CS for hours, so I was like, God, this ain't it.
I'm on a wee 15 Kelly streak here. Nae bad, nae bad, nae bad. Still lost, but see my fucking score 32-24. Horrible. We've got a few people in. Wait AFK for a second. I'm going to quickly go and jump to the toilet and make a cup of tea. We'll be back in a second, guys.
This one's the fun shit.
Securing Bravo. Stay secure.
سقط الهدف.
The enemy has Alpha.
تانجو سقط. سكت الهدف.
Friendly Predator missile inbound.
بمقدام. سقط الهدف. برمي رمانة. سكت الهدف. سقط الهدف.
Securing C.
الهدف.
Losing Bravo.
تانجو سقط.
Securing A. Securing Charlie. Losing B.
سقط الهدف.
Multi. One of multi. Finish this, finish Crescent Crash. Oh, this
That was like 6 squares. Like,
Oh, think down some of that dark chocolate.
orange chocolate in particular.
That's us back. Oh, fuck. I'm actually just about the game, honestly. And then quit. Console. I'm gonna keep the stream going then. No point calling
Sure.
it.
Call of Duty, as I like to call it.
No, wrong. There's no shot. Right, I do need to so up. What? So I'm just gonna have to do a wee bit of react.
To
Asmin.
the reaction for.
I might as well. Never react to, but Asmin Gold had a video on me. I'm sure it's a.
Ah, definitely. That will be, mate.
Hey guys, it's me
And
again,
small in
and
there.
it's been a
Yeah,
little
that's it.
while.
I just gotta do some reacting to some videos, guys. Fucking nothing too much. I'm not in the mood to game, man. I'm devastated, man. So just fucking watch some stuff. Favorite COD.
Hey guys.
Before I start the video, favorite COD for me, space. It was Black Ops 1. Wasn't even close. MW2 would be a close second. Then World at War, then Modern Warfare. In that order. So let's really just go backwards from 7 to 4. In that order.
Yeah, Al, can you do me a
Hey.
solid?
Aye.
Can you share your screen on Discord so then I could listen to your video, but also, you know what I mean, not have you playing on, you know what I mean, having double voice.
The thing should be the audio will be there on YouTube, mate.
Aye, but like I'll hear your voice and my voice.
Sound.
That's it, mate. Magic.
I mean, I wasn't really a fan of much of the later COD space. The only thing I liked Black Ops 3 for, and it was the only reason I bought it, was to play the old zombie maps. So I didn't even like the newer ones that came out in that game. They weren't bad. I just didn't play them when they were new. I didn't have Call of Duty at the time. I got Black Ops 3 like 3 or 4 years after release, and then bought get the name of the map pack. Just the one that had fucking Nact, fucking Ascension, Shangri-La, like all the maps. Didn't have Call of Duty. I'm trying to think of the name of the map pack though. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. I never played multiplayer after Black Ops 2. Anyway, let's get the video on. Space, if there's any part of the video that you want to ask a question regarding the video, feel free. That goes for everybody. See if there's any discussing points. I ain't too bothered about going through with it. Anyway, let's go.
Hey guys, it's me again, and it's been a little while. Just before I get into the main topic of the video, I want to explain why there haven't been any videos. My dad has been in the hospital for the better part of a week now. Very serious situation. It has required my full attention. And because of that, I've been on calls, I've been dealing with other people, talking to members of the family, and doing everything that I need to be there for my dad and for my family during this situation.
I know, bro.
Because of
I
that,
know,
I haven't
RIP,
been
bro.
live and I haven't made a lot of videos.
I'm devastated,
for
brother.
that.
I'm
Hopefully
devastated.
I'll be back as soon as possible. That being said, we had something insane happen today, and I was able to break away a little bit earlier, and I wanted to make a video about it and talk about the obvious and inevitable nature of the assassination of Charlie Kirk. This happened a few hours ago, and it was probably one of the most gruesome and graphic, and this is coming from somebody who grew up on LiveLeak, videos I've ever seen. The first time I saw a video, I thought it was AI generated. The guy gets shot in the neck, and blood is spurting out. I didn't even know it could do that. And it was absolutely fucking horrifying to see something like that happen in front of a massive audience of people. Now, if you don't know who Charlie Kirk is, Charlie Kirk has been a pretty noteworthy, controversial guy. He's a conservative. He goes to a lot of college campuses, does live debates. This is a pretty popular format.
Just a wee quick pause. Space, I just want to say thank you for being here, by the way. I'm glad a mod is in chat. I mean, I've not got any big stream going tonight. It's not like it's the algorithms favoured me tonight, but I did want a mod here just in case. because of the nature of the subject, and there's been a lot of trolls regarding it, at least what I've seen on Twitter. So thank you for being here. Thought I'd let you know before I forget.
Matt nowadays, and Charlie Kirk has been popularizing it and utilizing it now for many years, and he's even featured in South Park recently because of it. Charlie Kirk definitely is not a super radical right-wing person, but I would say that he's more of the moderate to, kind of extreme right-wing. Very, very, I would say, lukewarm, though, in my opinion, at least especially, and this is where we're going, especially compared to now.
What, do you mean sick and tired of what's just happened, Space, or just like in general, like the political landscape and well, like, yeah, elaborate a little.
And what I think is going to happen now, because obviously, these shootings like this don't really happen inside of a vacuum, and they never do, they never have. And I think that the situation that we have right now is that there is a tremendous amount of political violence that is advocated for, promoted, and allowed to exist on social media that has turned up the temperature in all political conversations, all social conversations, and all discourse on the internet in general to a point where it's almost unrecoverable. You have people that are out
Yeah,
there
no, that's
all the
fine,
time
brother, that's fine.
advocating for violence, advocating for people to get killed. Somebody needs to take care of this guy. Somebody needs to deal with this. I wish he were dead. Won't somebody do it? The 8647, all of the crypto messaging and all the doxing, right? Why do you dox somebody? Why do you post a person's home address? It's to make other people that are insane, like the person who killed Charlie Kirk. It's
Spot on, Space. You're spot on. I mean, I saw a comment earlier. Someone says that the man literally got murdered over wanting to have open discussion with his peers, and it's so
I
true.
100%.
It's so true. He never once incited violence, Space. Never once. He spoke about touchy topics. I mean, I didn't agree with him on everything. Still watched his videos. And he gave a platform to people that disagreed with him. Sorry. Like, I don't
It was
know. I
literally
mean,
so open, like anybody could have walked up, you know what I mean? Like I'm a big fan of South Park, you know what I mean? But the episode where it was like unprepared like college teens and all that kind of stuff, like the thing is that no matter what, see, anybody could have walked up. It was so open, anybody could have walked up no matter what. And see if like they done what he done and just had a big list of all their points and like most of the time, like why we agree, I feel as if it's because when he spoke about stuff, it was like we feel as if it was factual and it was good, you know what I mean? And it was, you know what I mean? And if they felt like he wasn't, and they had the same thing on the list, then they could have just disagreed. And then there we go. That's a conversation. That's dialogue. You know what I mean? And it's fair. It's good. But
the problem with
you
the
know,
dialogue
like
he was getting, the people he was dialoguing with, though, what was happening was they were disagreeing instead of giving counter arguments. They were just puffing and taking
getting
strop
emotional. I get
strikes.
emotional. Mate.
You
It
know,
was fair emotional point from their point on it.
not a pragmatic point of view. I mean,
Aye.
look, he got called a fascist. He got called a Hitler. Called all that usual fucking
People like that don't even know history, mate.
that
You know what I
the
mean?
usual rhetoric. I don't want to say left wing rhetoric or right wing rhetoric. I just want to say rhetoric. Right, he got hit with it all. Last I checked, Hitler, Mussolini, who was the guy that fucking ran Russia at that time,
Stalin and Mao.
Stalin, fucking
Mao was a big one as well, mate.
Genghis Khan, like these guys. I don't remember any of these guys giving an open mic to their political opponents to share their views, discuss. I don't remember
In all
that
fairness,
happening.
a big thing was actually what people don't say enough is that it was basically the brown shirts. They were the preemptive people before the SS and basically when Hitler was up in the rise, what they would do to people when they had a disagreement with the ideology and how they fought and everything else is they would sit and shout and try to shut down whatever, like especially in universities, you know what I mean? This happened in communist countries, but especially in Nazi Germany, they would scream and shout and basically like do violent protests against the people speaking. So then they would shut down their speech and dialogue and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Like again, these people don't know the history. They don't know what they're doing, all that kind of shit. You know what I mean? It's so stupid. You know, they do the exact. You know, see like Antifa. You know,
Mhm.
they do the exact stuff that the Nazis did before they got into power, and then as soon as you get into power, they don't have those talking points in the first. They can't talk in the first place. It's either their way or the highway. You know what I mean? And that sounds pretty. You know what I mean? That
Mm.
sounds pretty fucking.
Pretty controlling.
Ah,
That's what it sounds like.
I'm doing exactly. And that's just what they want to do. They want to control their version of history and narrative and everything else. You know what is pretty fucking fascist. I like to remind a lot of people that I like the Nazis were nationalists. But the second part of the full name was nationalist socialist. You know what I mean? Like it's one of them. You
Um,
know, it's pretty
I
fucked.
do have a bit of a funny video that I'm going to show you afterwards. It was a wee shot that I'd seen when I was down earlier. Oh, no, it was fucking, what if a liberal ate Hitler, went back in time to kill Hitler, and the liberal gets there with the gun, then starts the whole liberal schmidt shtick, and then
Was
it
this
comes. I'll show it.
Freedom to Inspire any chance?
See, I don't know, mate. I've got it up on my other monitor now. It was the Babylonian Bee done it.
Oh, oh, that's so funny, man. Seeing that
Aye.
shit posted is fucking hilarious, man.
I'll play that fucking afterwards. I just need. I've left something downstairs. I need to go grab it, mate. Be a beat.
One second. I
Then
need
I'll
to
play the
search for
video.
a cat in my room as well.
That says back troops. Um, that's definitely a conversation we can have. Space. I've got plenty of talking points on that. Plenty. I mean, I'm not going to it now. But another time for sure. I've got a lot of talking points on that. Just waiting for Lachlan, then we can hit play on the video. I'm gonna try my best not to spend too much time talking while the videos are on. Try our best. We'll try. Ah, man. You know, one thing, Space, right? This is what's been on my mind, right? Is this going to be the catalyst to a civil war? Is it going to be the catalyst that's going to turn a lot of right wing political voters radical? Is this going to be the fucking straw that broke the camel's back? You know, because the right side of politics in America has been getting called radical for way too long, way too long. The left are the only one that's actually inciting violence, so is this what's going to turn a lot of right wing people fucking radical and start possibly a civil war? It's possible. England right now is not doing too shit hot. There's talks of civil war and civil unrest happening over there at the moment. So I mean, if you last thing you want is Britain and America at the same time having civil unrest and civil wars. It's the last thing we need in the westerns side of the world. Yeah. Yeah, we don't need that. I think it is. I think it is. It's easy to control someone that's not thinking about what you're doing. You know what I mean? Fucking best way to keep them, the populace at bay, distract them. get them to fight amongst each other so that they can't think about the nonsense that's actually going on behind the scenes. What right wing politics has done the past 8 to 10 years with the Trump terms is it's exposed a lot of it, brought it to the forefront, and people's had enough. That's why they didn't vote Kamala in. They've had enough. They've had enough with the lies and stuff like that. Trump's not perfect. Nobody thinks he is. There was a reason. There was a reason for everything happening. I don't know. I mean, a lot of people, I think, on the left side think freedom of speech means they have freedom of consequence. No, they have no freedom of consequence. I hope I'm saying that right. They think that because they have freedom of speech, there's no consequences for their actions. But there's freedom of speech, but there's also consequences. They don't realise
That's the
that.
thing. It shouldn't be in violence. Like it's just it's like so. Like the way I've always said it is like, see if somebody's racist, like they want to scream the N word, like they should have the freedom of speech to say that. Because simply for the fact is that see once they say that, you know to stay away from that person. You know how ugly that side of them is, and only through freedom of speech you could get that. And it's like see a lot of people that argue against it. Like you say yourself, like a lot of left leaning people. Like they tend like Labour in our country now with it. You know what I mean? Like, aye, people can be pretty bad with what they say and stuff and that, and they're getting jail time. Like some people are getting 2 years plus and all that just because of what they put on Facebook. But the thing is that so that left leaning thing, we wouldn't have stuff like like the civil rights movement and then the gay rights movement and everything else. You know what I mean? A lot of different people who they stick up for 24/7. That what is fair. Wouldn't have the same rights without that freedom of speech.
That's it.
Without freedom of speech, you can't pioneer any rights for any people. Because well, if this current government thinks that your speech is not offensive, but the next one does, then the next one after that thinks that different type of speech is offensive, and then you can just censor and shut down anything you say, and then
I know.
it's fucked. It's fucked.
When I
You
say there
can't
should
get
be,
anything done.
when I was talking about consequences, like see consequences, right? So you were saying the example, and I'm last bit of this discussion before I play the video again. By the way, if I go into black neighbourhood and start shouting N word this, N word that, right? Legally, I've got the right to say that, but when I say there's consequences, if I go into a black neighbourhood and say the N word a bunch of times, to your point, like you know to stay away from that person, but the consequences are going to be like in the way your scenario was, consequences are people only going to talk to him. In another scenario in a different universe, and it's very possible both could happen. The consequences to me doing that is I'm probably going to get a fucking kicking to near death or death for saying the word.
No.
That's what the
Then
consequences.
no work, no jobs, not like that.
But it's not for it's not for the government to sit there and fucking to tell me what I can and can't say. Because in that situation, me saying the N word to a black person isn't inciting violence. And inciting violence, of course, has a threshold, so you have freedom of speech, but unless you're inciting violence is the one exception to freedom of speech if it's going to become a terrorist attack or something. And that's why America have that threshold, why we should have that threshold, but we don't.
We should have it into written law that we can't put any restrictions into speech.
That's the problem. The problem is we didn't put it into writing. I mean, America was smart that way. They put it in the Constitution into writing. Their Constitution is based off our verbal Constitution that was passed down for God knows how long, and we still have it. We just don't follow it. We always make laws that overwrite it because the Parliament has that power, which they shouldn't.
Okay, I'm not saying it. I'm not saying.
Go back to the video and keep yapping.
Same thing.
To give them the ammunition they need to kill that person and to put that person's life in danger. That's why they're doing it. And so that's the reason why they want to find out the identities of ICE agents. That's the reason why they want to find out the identities of Tesla owners, like at the beginning of the year. It's so they can destroy their car and destroy their lives. And this isn't necessarily a one-sided thing. I think that in the last 5 years or so, especially since BLM,
it's the right wing that doesn't like the electric cars.
But
they want gas. But it's always the left that's sitting there destroying them.
But I do think that now there's a lot more right-wing people balance those scales. The fact is that you can take a knife to a gunfight all you want, and you can think that you're honorable, but you're going to end up being dead. And I think that's what right-wing people have done for a very long time. They've
agree.
tried to speak above the political violence. They've tried to advocate above it and not try to stoop down to that level. But the issue is that a lot of these social media companies have expressed literally zero desire to even do the bare minimum of moderation. I think that two of the worst actors are Twitter or X and Reddit. Both of these platforms are
I think
full
Twitch
of
is pretty bad as well.
extremist nut jobs that not only should have their accounts banned, but they should probably be put in mental institutions.
Yep. Bring
And
back
I
insane
think that
asylums.
now, I find it to be kind of interesting taking a step back for a
These
week
people
or so
are not right in the
and
head.
seeing how many people are coming around to the
Sure.
inevitable reality that this is the only path forward. There are so many people in
You
society
can only allow a
now
person like that to
are
have their
just completely
freedoms
unhinged, under medicated,
as long as you know they're going to be a safe,
really just
safe
completely
person to be around in
insane
society.
that
If they're
you
not going to
can't
be a
have
safe
person like that running
safety
wild
to society, and they're
out
going to
in
be a risk.
society. They cause
Insane
problems for
asylum.
themselves, not to mention everybody else around
Yes,
them.
space,
And I think that
100%.
the society, we need to have an honest conversation about how to deal with these people in a way that, and I'll be real, I don't really care about the people that are crazy. Their well-being and the way that, things are for them. Of course, obviously, I wouldn't want it to be bad, but it's certainly not important. What's really important is all of the people who aren't crazy, making sure that people that are not crazy, that are good actors, that are law-abiding citizens, are able to live a life of peace, a life of prosperity, and a life without fear of going on the subway, for example, as at the recent event as well. And I think that every single person in the world deserves to live in a place like that. And I don't want to see, America turn into a PvP server. And it sure seems like it is.
Oh
and
my
I think
God.
that in order to prevent that from happening, we need to have honest
PvP
conversations
server.
about what do you do with people that get arrested 14 times, and it's not even a question, right? You put them in jail and you throw away the key, and you compel them to work, and that way you can make the money back from imprisoning them forever. That's the way that you solve that problem. It's very simple, actually. But for some reason, the way that makes people feel has
I
made
know
them
space. I've seen
unwilling
that as
to
well.
look
I've
at
not seen
this
the video
obvious
though.
truth.
I've not seen the video.
If you look in history, this is what we've always done
Oh,
in history.
All I've
and
seen
it's
of that
because it
video
works.
was he slapped her in the back of the head, and then I seen the picture where she's kind of balled up on the bus. It's a shame. It's a shame. And if I recall correctly, that guy's a repeat offender. Like, why is he out on the street?
14 times, that's what it's all about. 14 times.
Right,
mate.
there you
14
go.
times.
Aye. Fucking after two or
That's-
three times, like you got to start upping the sentence on these people.
I'm sure he didn't just slap her as well. I'm pretty sure he was stabbing her to death.
No, like
Aye.
all I'm saying is what I saw for the video was he stood up behind her and he slapped her in the head. I think that's what I remember seeing. I know what happens. I've just not seen it.
Aye, aye. Yeah, fuck me. I think that, see if you do the same crime again, you get double the sentence, and then see if you do one that's worse, you get the same sentence, and then add on the same that you would get for that crime. Like, see if somebody's going to go out and just like get an innocent person and stamp on the head, you know what I mean? And they get a year in prison for it, but it's not cool because you could possibly kill that person. Like the next time they do it, double it, you do you know what I mean? They do it again for you, you know what I mean? Then 8 year. Eventually it's going to get to that point where they'll go like, right, if I go out and do this again, I'm going to get 8 years in prison, like motherfucker's going to be in his 40s, like, if I do 8 year in prison, I'm going to be 50. I'm not, you know what I mean? Eventually, like, I would set in, somebody goes out and steals a car and they get 5 months, you know what I mean? Like, 10 months.
Rapists getting bail.
No, mate, that shouldn't be a thing now. Rapists and
then
PDF files, they should just
Aye, well,
death sentence
what did they
for me
do?
personally.
I not same, but what did they do here? They fucking give them a year or two, and then they put them out on fucking remand, and then fucking what do you call it? Put them in houses fucking next to schools and shit like that, man. It's fucking...
Aye, day, man, but the community gets around that, but the government tries to hide it. What's an issue? See what Stevie was telling me today?
I agree, space. I agree.
He used to live in Millport, so it's a wee island. You know what I mean? But the
No,
good thing about the island,
Johnny used to stay up in Millport. It's up at the north
There
of
we go.
Scotland, right up at the top right.
that's it. Well, there was somebody that, it's you. They would try and put like the PDF files and the the rapists and all that kind of stuff on there. But since it's an island and since everybody knows each other, like people quickly find out who you are as soon as you go in there because it's a small community in that, and instantly they get their bags packed into fuck. If no, well, it's a small island. You know what I mean? There's like two bobbies at any given moment. Well, back then maybe a wee bit different now, but you get what I'm saying.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, plenty of fucking ocean to fling them in, mate.
Plenty of ocean, mate. That's it. You like castration with life in prison, or just death straight up.
Just
These people
fuck
shouldn't get any
castration, mate.
leniency.
They wanted to ruin somebody else's life, why should they get the right to have their life? You know, that's the way I see it.
Oh, I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
And the problem is that now we have so much of the discourse that's dominated by emotional thinking, that's dominated by the most unstable, the most virtue signal, the most, ridiculous performative empathy possible, and that's defining a huge political voice in the country. This has become a tremendous detriment to everyone. And I think that with people like the shooter that probably shot Charlie Kirk, with that guy in the subway that stabbed that Ukrainian woman, or with that trans shooter that shot up the school, one thing that's common among all of them is that these people, in almost all cases, were verifiably nuts beforehand, and nothing ever was done about it. And until we can stomach the idea of solving problems like that before they happen, we're going to keep having problems. And I think that with Charlie Kirk, it's very obvious that the amount of, political violence and advocating for political violence that's happening on the internet has turned up the temperature and created an environment and a culture where this type of behavior is normal. And not only is it normal, but it's actually encouraged. And the problem is that now people are acting on it. And you're starting to see this happen, and I think it's going to continue getting worse. I don't think Charlie Kirk is going to be the last one, but I think that we will look at Charlie Kirk's death and see it as a turning point in this topic. And what I'm really trying to get at here with this entire point is that right
no, that's
now,
not extreme at all, Space. Not extreme at all.
Pivotal moment. And I think
it's not that they have no place in society, they just don't deserve to breathe. Full stop. I
think that what's going to end up happening
it's not extreme at all.
Right-wing people are not going
maybe
to
a little, but
turn
like,
the other cheek.
I don't know, sometimes extreme measures need to be taken.
Just,
situations.
This is just a crazy left-wing radical. I think you're probably going to see right-wing people doing the same thing to left-wing people. And honestly,
give them the Game of Thrones treatment,
I certainly don't really feel
get
that
them through the
sorry
street
for them,
naked,
because a lot of left-wing people have no problem advocating for violence, or at least using coded language in order to advocate for violence. The fact is that there's a certain level of intellectual dishonesty that goes on in situations like this where it's considered, this isn't actually what they meant, and no, this is actually some others. No, it is. It's exactly what they mean. They're trying to advocate for killing people that they disagree with. That's what's happening, and there's no talking around it. And to the extent that you try to, you're insulting the intelligence of anyone that you're speaking to. And I think that now you're going to start seeing a lot of right-wing people end up doing this to left-wing people now even more, because it's very clear that these social media platforms are not going to moderate this behavior. The FBI, for whatever reason, just refuses to deal with or have any degree of accountability for dealing with these obvious terrorists that are in the country. And because of that, I think you're going to start seeing an uptick of violence from right-wing people as well. And this is going to be, in my opinion, I don't really think the word is justified, because it's not justified, but the word is expected. I think it's going to be expected. The fact is that, again, you bring a knife to a gunfight, you're going to lose. And don't be surprised when you keep bringing guns to gunfights and then somebody else decides to start shooting back. I think that's what's going to happen. And I think this is a degradation of society as a whole. And ultimately, the real burden of responsibility here doesn't really fall on influencers, and I don't think that it falls even on the commenters themselves. I think it falls primarily on the government. The fact is that the government, there are already laws that permit, explicit calls to violence. there's already laws that permit the types of stalking and doxing that people engage in online. And one of the big things that is a misconception is that people like me want new laws. We want any form of extra censorship at all. I certainly don't want that, and I don't know anybody else that does either. But what we do want is we want the existing laws to be applied and to be enforced in an accurate and a fair way, which is clearly not what's happening.
1 second, mate.
And really, the
Fucking, I said this when Rachel told me after work, you know what I mean? See, the second I heard with Charlie Kirk, I was like, what is happening with security? What is going on here? Like, first it happened with Trump, like he survived literally by moving his head half an inch, and then second with Charlie, like security, FBI, all the type of people in America that deal with these type of fucking lunatics that they shit like assassinations and all that kind of stuff. They know these people are high profile people who are, you know what I mean? Like this, like that assassin, you know what I mean? Was not the only person. There would have been tens of thousands of other people who would have wanted, planned, or tried to carry out these type of attacks. You know what I mean? And like my first thing was just instant, like, what is happening with the security? What is going on here? Seeing this day and age, this day and age, we should be on top of this shit. You know what I mean? Like, see, I remember back in 2012, 2014, Anonymous done something that was basically kind of to show up the NSA in America. So what they would do is they would type out a email, right? And it would be like just a random like word fucking salads, you know what I mean? Just random shit, but in between they would put bomb. They would put fucking like different things that would make up a bomb and all that kind of shit. No too long later they would get a chap at the door, you know what I mean? Um like this type of stuff, what is happening in security, these high profile people been doing a lot of shit, you know what I mean? Like Charlie done a lot of good, you know what I mean? Being an open space for people to talk and that kind of shit. There should be things in place that we should be doing to protect these people, you know what I mean? On either side of the spectrum when it comes to politics or that kind of stuff,
So,
Like
I mean, what do you do in that situation? Because as far as we know now, it's unclear 100% where he got shot from. Because I've been on Twitter, seen two angles of it. He got shot from the front. It was front facing. It was one of the buildings facing when it done it. What do you do other than that? Because the school building, I believe, was shut down, or the university campus, I believe it was just outside. Everybody would have been checked coming in for guns and stuff like that. You probably wouldn't have been able to take a gun with you.
Yeah.
I mean, other
So we've been able, we've been able to stop people from being able to do like, you know what I mean? What happened to Abraham Lincoln? Somebody just going up behind him and mock style execution to the back of the head. We've been able to stop people from just going up and shooting them like 10 meters away, like checking them when coming in the cabin, But see if they're going to the cabin area, the whole area should be fucking secure than anything else, you know what I mean? Like fucking that's the type of stuff I'm talking about, like see if like for instance our PM, Saudi leaders, any kind of like world leader and that type of stuff, whenever they go anywhere, like they've got tons of protection, they've got tons of shit sorted, the whole area is
but the
basically
world leaders
secure,
have government protection. In Charlie's case, he wasn't a government official, so he wouldn't have
No,
had.
but the area
He wouldn't have had fucking like your Secret Service security detail that presidents and ex
but they
politicians
don't
get.
you don't need Secret Service to basically do that type of sweeping. See when you get like a security team, like one of the main things is like contractors, you know what I mean? So when contractors go overseas and everything else and do a bunch of stuff, like they get paid, the ex-soldiers and all that kind of stuff, right? They have the military experience. They're not Secret Service, They might be ex-Secret Service and make like that, but a lot of these people have services that they've set up to basically like they have the experience to walk down shit and get shit sorted, Like
I
this
mean,
could be a simpler. But 200 meters, mate. 200 meters is roughly the distance that they're calculating that he shot from. You know what I mean?
I mean, maybe the building across
we know that,
maybe the building across was swept, mate. But like, obviously, it
but
would have been a private security team instead of. Yeah, there was only so like it could have been a case. There was only so much the security team could do, given the scope of what they've done. Maybe it's not as similar to how it is with Trump. Like, see when Trump goes to his rally, they shut down all the buildings around them. It's probably a wee
Yeah, and
bit of it's
I'm
prob
no asking for all the buildings to be shut down and all that kind of stuff. But say, for instance, Chris Kyle, American Sniper, you know what I mean? Like I think his shot was over 2 miles. You know what I mean? Or I think it was 1.4 miles that he took a sniper shot for. You know what I mean? Taking a foot air super that is too far. But the fact is that 200 meters, you know what I mean? Even 500 meters, that's not that much to fucking like get away. So basically, like, see if it was behind the tent or whatever, what happens, you know what I mean? Nah, you know what I mean? I'm not calling for that whole area to be swept and that kind of stuff, but see what anywhere it could basically take a shot from, you know what I mean? Um, like, it should be fucking bulletproof glass up, you know, hindsight is 2020, you know what I mean? What all geniuses afterwards when shit happens, you know? But there would have been ways, mate. There's people smart enough. This shit that should mean that this shouldn't be happening. You know what I mean?
aye, no, for sure. Right, missed a couple of comments. Points. Spoke a truth that most. Yeah, no, I agree, Space. I agree. Ha! Don't get me started on that. It's a fucking people have been getting arrested over here for flying the British flag. Don't remind me. Don't remind me. People are protesting. Like, my brother has got that bad for it. I shit you not. I mean, I'm not doing this because I don't have ladders big enough, and I'm not going out in the street to do this. He bought me, I shit you not, 100 Union Jacks and told me to go put them on every lamppost I can see.
I mean, they was gonna do it soon.
Well, I've got the flags if you want to go date the new. Where would you
We'll
date
sort of
the
time, we'll sort of date it. Every fucking lamppost, mate. You know what I mean? Salt
right?
tires and jacks, mate. That's what it's
Right, but
like.
I don't have ladders that are that big. Oh, in where?
That's fair. We'll get ladders, mate. Damon's got a set of ladders at the back door.
Well, I mean, I can go climb on roofs and just start fucking putting them on
Do
the
that.
roofs. Aye,
Honestly,
like
if they're local, bro, we don't need to go to Glasgow and all that kind of stuff.
I
Literally
wasn't
local
going to
as
go
it
to
is.
Glasgow. Let's see, people. Let me see. Do you mind if I fucking talk about this while I'm on stream space? So obviously, you've sent this one in the Discord. I don't mind talking about it. But if you don't want me to talk about it, I can keep it in. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, no, like I agree, like fucking with the whole flag situation over here. Fucking 100%. Like we have it too. We have it too. There you go. You've just heard firsthand. Don't don't grass me into the police space. We're gonna go put flags up everywhere. um,
What's it called, mate?
fucking I know. So with me and space, I'll just read it the fucking. Right, the thing that bothers me in this country is the people waving flags for countries they don't want to live in. Makes you think like, are these people getting paid to protest here? That's true. No, it's true. Like over here, it's Palestine flags all the time, and then I've said to a few of them, not few, I have said to a few of them, but one chick Lachlan, holy shit, went nuts at me because I said go over to Palestine and see how they treat you. And she went,
Aye,
for that. I've heard it all before. They hate anybody that's no them. And I'm like, I could show you a fucking video. Didn't want to see no video,
mate.
mate.
Chickens for KFC, that's what it is, mate. But you want to know what pisses me off, right? Like, see, last Monday, I went to the Army Careers Office, right? And they told me something pretty fucked. So, see, our government, right? So, it's Scotland's, our First Minister is actually Palestinian, believe it or not.
Oh no
Is
anymore. It was me, and it was I spoke to you about this when he was in power. He's no in power anymore. It was when it was no long after the first hospital strike. It was like maybe 6 months to a year after that date that I spoke to you about it, and I was like, "That's us got two of them." And I think the word I used, we've got two Muslims in power now. I think was the words I used, and I'm like, that's crazy in Britain because it is crazy. I don't. It's
John
This
Sweeney,
this
aye,
this
aye,
isn't
yes,
this isn't a Muslim
apologies.
country. I'm John Sweeney's at current first minute, and I'm like, but I was saying to you at the time, like, this isn't a Muslim country. It would be weird if it would be weird in Dubai if we went and saw fucking, I don't know, Nigel Farage as their king. I don't know what their fucking setup is, but you get my point. Like, that was what I was arguing before, and when all that was going on, my first thought, and I said it to you, was that's an awful fucking conflict of interest having a Palestinian in power in Scotland while there's a war going on today with Palestine, the region, because Palestine isn't a country.
I
By the way,
agree.
guys,
I agree.
um, just putting that one out there. The region of Palestine, so fucking.
But
That was
see,
my
so I
first
was
thought. Was it's a complete conflict of interest, and they better not get us involved. That was exactly what I said
so
back then.
it's this all right. So our government, they're pretty left leaning, and also they're pretty for a lot of stuff that these protesters are actually calling for, So they recognise Palestine, They 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 go against Israel quite a lot, you know what I mean? They train Ukrainians as well. We've trained 50,000 Ukrainian troops in our army, by the way, and we still train them onto our military bases with France as well. This has been happening since the war started, right? So this is all stuff that these protesters are actually really, really for, right? But see, when I went to the military careers office, every Friday on the dot in Glasgow, they protest outside the Army Careers Office.
Why?
That's
Why?
why?
Like,
Because
why?
the anti-army and the anti the country are rebels, mate. So
Aye,
even when
because we slapped them the
they
first
virtue
time, they don't
signal
want us
to them, mate,
slapping them again, mate. Fucking hell, man, that's why they're mad. So we slapped them and gave their land away, so they're pissed. You gave your country away, bro. It wasn't your country to begin with. Like, I don't mind fucking talking about it, but like, fucking get the facts right. Like, fucking, we want to talk about the sympathy side. Like, well, my ancestors got kicked off their land. Let's talk about it, but don't fucking misrepresent the facts. Palestine was never a country, right? Fucking, let's stop pretending it was. It never was. I'm
even
no
then,
I'm no
think
pro
like
Jew
this,
and I'm
right?
certainly
So
no pro fucking Palestine, mate. Like, it's neither or. I'm sick of getting called pro Jew when I have that stance on it. I'm no by any stretch yet, but like, fucking,
like
there's facts,
what
mate.
I'm pro
There's
Jew, but
I
the
obviously,
thing
but
is,
like,
mate, is
present me with the facts and let's talk about it. I'm sick of hearing about your country. Your country didn't exist. It still doesn't. Shop. Like, fucking, I could sympathise with the argument that they're making, like, oh, we got kicked off our land, blah, and then fucking let's speak about it. I could sympathise with that and I could talk about it.
even
But
then,
then,
I know the history.
but
You know what I mean?
they never present the facts, which does my head in. Let's talk about what actually happened, and then we've got a
I
conversation on
mean,
our hand.
the Grand Mufti of Palestine at the time told the Arabs to leave because they would have dealt with the Jewish problem in the first war that they done against Israel after basically the independence. And that's why quite a lot of them on there. A lot of land was also bought as well.
I
What
know, mate.
people
I know.
like
I
shit
don't. I
did
don't
go
want to
back
get
there.
into this conversation again because we've got a specific topic on tonight, and
I totally get it.
we've got some dialogue from space here as well. Um,
Yeah.
that's it. It's always fact, and it's always no facts, just pure emotion. Like fucking Palestine liberals, the same word at this point.
Very much.
Anyway, let's talk about it, right? And then America, right? So I don't mind this. I've spoke about this before with you. So the thing here is African Americans wanting reparations. This is a talking point from space, and I've used this point in my argument, by the way, before regarding this topic space. Wanting reparations for something that never affected them, you're spot on, and want money for people who never owned slaves. Exactly. It's like fucking if my dad was my great 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 grandpappy was a fucking slave owner, and which he wasn't, that I'm aware of, right? And then I got a black person up coming to me today telling me I want reparations for what your family did. Hell nah, I never owned a slave. Like, get over it. But that's something that actually got out of control. Like that fucking the whole black white relations in America during Obama's reign. That black and white relations before Obama got into power was actually never better. Um, Everything was fine, and then he just made it worse. And like, don't get me wrong, there was some of these talking points, even the one we're going on about the reparations. Let's go with the facts. Fucking before Obama came into power, black and white relation was at its best, and it was getting better. Then he came into power and he ruined it. And black and white fucking relations isn't as bad as people make it out to be. but it's not as good as it should be, and it's not as good as it was. That's my thoughts on that. Let's see. Holy shit. You've been called a cracker slave. That's crazy. That's wild.
Wait. Actually, wait.
Aye. No, I could see that happening as well. And the media grouping people. The problem with the media is they're one side in the political spectrum, and they're not unbiased like they're supposed to be. Media's changed, at least since I've grew up anyway. Media didn't always used to be like that. I remember meeting media when I was growing up, like fucking when I was a kid lot, like fucking 4, 5, 6. Like it seemed like unbiased takes. Now you can hear in somebody's voice when they're salty talking about like good news on the other side. You know what I mean? Like
I think it's just more prevalent now. I think it was always biased regardless on the other side. You know what I mean? Like, I'm somebody that was I'm kind of pro, kind of like taking Saddam Hussein out. It's how what happened afterwards, what we done afterwards, what wasn't good. You know what I mean? Like we tried to put in our style of like governing and army and everything else, and that's what kind of fucked
you
up.
should have
You
just
know?
left them to control the monsters, mate. But
Uh,
actually,
Here's the thing, man. Like, see, even like back in when we were growing up, people were saying about like I remember, was it Kyle
I
of all
remember Space.
people
I'll
was
talk in a second
uh
about Space.
he was saying like so we went in because Saddam Hussein had biological weapons apparently, but
Those
what are they?
lies.
They never heard. But the thing is, mate, is like people tend to forget like all the news things. Like Saddam Hussein threatened biological weapons. Like he threatened this shit. Yeah, we got there, and it wasn't there. Fair enough, but he threatened that shit. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? It's like getting, it's like Mexico threatening America with nukes, right?
I'm
And
pretty
then
sure that
America invade them, and then finding no nukes, and then them saying,
what
why
country
did
was
we
Saddam
invade? There
Hussein?
wasn't any nukes.
Was
He was Iraq.
it was Iraq?
He's
Aye,
Iraq.
so Iraq was the first
Aye.
one. Aye, fucking, I don't know, mate. Fucking, he might have done, mate, but fucking, I don't know. I remember Iraq, fucking America, fucking. I believe America started a war they shouldn't have.
No, I
Iraq.
mean, like, no,
It was America.
Iraq,
It was America.
Saddam,
It was America's leaders at the time that destabilized the Middle East. Fucking.
what? Iraq? Saddam Hussein was already through a 8-year war with Iran, then decided to invade Kuwait. After people were saying no because of the allied countries and everything else, then we went to
I'm
support.
just thinking of the first
And
time
then
they went in, mate, and then they fucking.
that's what I'm talking about. That's the
Aye, and
first
then they
thing.
called
That's the
NATO,
first Gulf War, mate.
and then they called us in through the NATO Article 5 or Article 15 or whatever it is.
Yeah, I'm pro it. You know
As
what I
far
mean?
as I'm concerned, mate, you should have
Um,
just let them fucking fight amongst each other. It wasn't a Western problem. Let them fight.
They will nah, mate, because the thing is that SEAL in areas like that, our allies, you know what I mean? We need allies all about the world regardless, you know what I mean? Because
I mean,
it's one of them.
Britain
All it
already.
takes is one of those monsters you're talking about to get into a superpower state like Iran, and then
Aye,
suddenly,
well, I mean, one of them against fucking NATO. I mean, I would take my chances with NATO anyway.
think about it like this, mate. To America, big powerhouse, mate. You know what I mean?
Aye.
Do not fuck with America, big powerhouse.
Aye,
You know
no,
what I mean?
exactly. Nobody was
So
ever.
if Iran got to that point, mate, yeah, they might be one country,
Nah.
but
I mean, fucking at some point later down the line, if they were getting close to it, mate, America would have fucking went to war with them anyway, mate. But fucking let the Muslims fight amongst each other. It's not the problem. I still stand by that. Let them fight. Aye, now because fucking America's finally pulled out. Our troops are still out there. Get them home. Like that's my point. It's not their fucking business. Let them fucking fight it out, kill each other, mate. Like fucking, it's not their business. That's my stance on it. Like fucking, it's Trump's stance on it. That's why he fucking got fucking out of there in the first place, and out of fucking a lot of Europe as well with their troops and fucking. And it's the same kind of fucking thought process that he's taken for that. Let the West deal with the West. Obviously that's an American standpoint. I know America's the West, but you get what I mean. He's like specifically let Europe sort Europe. Like, let the fucking Muslims sort the Muslims. Like, you know how they are, and like, you were talking about fucking getting them to don't let them get to superpower status. Like, mate, they would have fucking kept killing each other to the point where they couldn't allow each other to get to it.
What about this, right? So most terror organizations can stand back to Iran. So Iran is somewhat a superpower, but it's not as big as, you know what I mean, America. It's not as big as even China or Russia or that kind of stuff, right? Most terror attacks in the past 20 years can stem back to them and their funding. You know what I mean? So let them just crack on, do what they want, do like that. Eventually it does come back to us, mate. You know what I
If they're
mean?
fighting
It might
amongst
not be
each
them
other, then
striking us, mate,
if,
but
if,
eventually you get something like Charlie Hebdo, you get something like fucking the terror
mate,
attacks in Paris, you know what I
it's
mean?
different if they take out the country. If they take out the country and attack your country, it's a bit different, right? Then that's an act of war, right? Boom, go to war then. Fucking when fucking who was it that was in charge? Was it Bush or Clinton? Went into it. Fucking they never attacked America. Fucking never attacked Britain. Like fucking the last they had a fucking fight with Britain was World War I, believe, where Britain took their land and they've cried about it ever since. Like, fucking, let them fight amongst each other, mate. Fucking, and if it calls to the point where something serious happens that you need to step in and fucking go to war, fair enough. But fucking, no man, fucking,
So,
let them kill
so
each other, mate. Let them kill each other. There's enough infighting within their communities, is kind of the way I see it. Like, fucking, let them deal with it. Fucking, they're going to terror attack fucking, like, let's say it was another London bombing. Fucking bomb them back. Fucking show them that we've got bigger and better fucking guns, and then they'll just, boom, fucking, and then they want to fucking start a war with fucking Britain. Alright, cool. Article 15, it's your turn. You know what I mean? Any one of the NATO fucking countries could do that. And in fair, and a fucking, their point of view, like straight up attacking fucking Britain or attacking America, they would think twice about it knowing NATO was a thing anyway, mate. And NATO was a thing after
that's
World
why
War
they
Two.
that's why they have proxies to do that. You know what I mean? Like that's what they have.
If you find out a proxies happen for them, that's when you send in the special ops, mate, and they start eliminating cunts. But also that doesn't work either. Like you can only do.
But then that's our boots on their ground again, innit? And then that stems back to you saying we shouldn't do that, you know?
Well,
Like
it doesn't
this
matter. Like you
happens
could have,
twenty four seven.
you could have boots on the ground, mate, and fucking you could go to war. Like their ideology is still going to be the same afterwards. So it's like it's going to be a common problem. Like fucking rip it out root and stem. What are we going to kill every one of them? Like even the civilians? No, of course no.
No, you start off with the people, mate, you know what I mean? So
But
like
it's a Hydra situation, mate. Like fucking cut off one more, two heads grow in its place. It's like that's what happened with Saddam Hussein. Like fucking killed him and then fucking boom, boom. There was more groups popping up, over the years, more groups popping up over the years. How many have we dealt with? There was ISIS, then there was that other one. I can never remember the other one. There was the two big ones. What was the other one's name?
Al Qaeda.
Al Qaeda.
Al Qaeda.
I'm sure there was one more big one in there, but like it's you get my point. Fucking cut off one one head, two more grows in its place. Fucking
Mhm.
Saddam Hussein had a fucking handle on a few of the groups, mate. It was obviously at war with one, but he had a handle on a few of them. Like fucking kept them in their place, so to say. Like fucking let them deal with each other. It wasn't. It was fucking. They were always fighting. And when I say destabilised the Middle East, I'm talking about to where it went to after Saddam Hussein. It got worse. It got worse. America's now got their boots on the ground. Britain had their boots on the ground. It wasn't getting better. Like, we were there for how long? Oh, sorry, how long was America there for? 2 decades, almost 3. We'd been there the full time. Not getting any better, mate. They're just going to keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it. Like, fucking, only way you're going to exterminate the problem is if you get rid of all of them, but you can't just sit there and bomb innocent civilians now, can you?
You change the minds of the people, mate, and you can't
but
do
that-
that
but
if you're
that-
sitting in your own country.
but
innit?
that would have to come for somebody in their own country that's going to change the minds of those people. Like,
But there's a problem when you have somebody like Saddam Hussein. He doesn't allow that to happen in their own country, mate. You know what I mean? He doesn't allow that kind of change.
if the leaders after him allowed it to happen,
How's
No.
there going to be a lead afterwards? You know, there's like see
Well,
what happens. So see with Saddam Hussein, mate, right?
there has been
Saddam
fucking
Hussein
leaders
when
after
he
him.
well, there's a thing, mate. There was something, and it's actually a recorded thing. You could actually look on YouTube the news as well. Saddam Hussein, he had a great purge. He basically called it a big list of names, and all these people they walked out, never to be seen again. Right. So
It's
see
a
when
North Korea
it
type
comes.
shit.
Aye, 100%. That's the issue. You know what I mean? See
Keep-
when they
Lachlan, keep
infight,
speaking.
the strongest person prevails, mate, and then they end up becoming the higher power, and then mate,
Keep speaking, I'm going to the
nothing ends
toilet.
up getting it.
Space is still
I
listening.
never. Well, fair enough, mate, fair enough. But fucking thing is that what I generally believe in, and I know it's not a popular opinion with it, is that fucking if you let them to infight amongst each other, the strongest person's going to be on top, and that strongest person's not going to let anything else go out. But it's not going to say the strongest person's going to be the person that ends up winning. There needs to be a change of mind within the people on the country, and generally, I believe that our ideas in the West are. I generally believe that some cultures are better than others, that sounds bad, but see when you get stuff like in Egypt, right? So I think up to 50 to 60% of women in Egypt has had suffering from female genital mutilation, and that's absolutely abhorrent. We don't allow that over here. I say that's better than that. You know what I mean? Uh, so
Taliban.
I believe that
Is the Taliban not Al Qaeda?
no,
No,
two
so
different
they're
ones,
separate. Aye,
two
right.
different
Well,
things.
that was the one I was
Aye.
forgetting about.
Yeah.
Aye.
But I was just saying, I believe some cultures are better than others. Others are better than others.
Well,
And through our ones, I mean, we've had good shit that goes along
so
with it. Now, our
elaborate.
sphere,
Define what you mean by culture
so
for the
actually, I
audience.
say that. So Space Eaters helped me. I think he said I agreed to it. So basically, seeing Egypt, between 50 and 60% of all women has suffered to female genital mutilation, and that's a part of the culture, mate. That's a part of the in people. That's not in law. The law doesn't allow that there. You know what I mean? Well, I'm sure it doesn't allow it in Egypt, but it's part of the culture to do that. 50 to 60 people, percent of people. 91, so it's in Somalia, female genital mutilation, 91% of women in Somalia had female genital mutilation. So some cultures are better than others. Like 91%, that's so fucked up. Holy fuck, and then, oh man, that's just fucked up to hear that. But the thing is that we need to change the minds on there, and we can't get a good influence, a positive influence without doing something that intersects with it. You know what I mean? So for me personally, it's stuff like doing what we did with Saddam Hussein, when there's a tyrannical government was fucking up and also threatening and doing proxies and doing all these things that they tend to do because, well, regardless of it, see if it's going to do that type of stuff. You know what I mean?
Well,
Yeah,
if doing
against
that
our
thing to
ideals in the first place.
if
You know what I mean?
if doing that thing to Saddam Hussein, or if getting Saddam Hussein was going to fix the problem, then why did everything get worse and continues to get worse afterwards? Then
See that's just generalizing it going through and through. Just because see what we done then, we didn't like you says a Hydra problem. So a big problem in the first and second Gulf War was it was a Hydra, But every one terrorist that we killed, there was 20 that took their place because regardless of if that terrorist blew up 20 people or killed so many people or took kidnaps or orchestrated terror attacks and all that kind of stuff, their brother, sister, kids, uncles, nephews, nieces, they don't see that. They just see their dead father, brother, uncle, all that kind of stuff. So the main thing is going to the people. So see, one thing we done as actual British troops over in Afghanistan was see when we went into a place, we didn't instantly just take over and bulldoze or fucking force people, We talked to the locals, we tried our best and all that kind of stuff, did that kind of shit. Aye, you know what I mean? The Taliban's in place now and all that kind of shit, but we got a lot of good footing in taking out a lot of fucking like shit show Al Qaeda stuff. Now the thing is that the Taliban aren't kidding me, but Al Qaeda is such a fringe terrorist group and can't do stuff like 9/11 anymore because America and us as a coalition, you know what I mean? We went over and done type of shit. The thing is, see with Saddam Hussein, he did have a grip on stuff,
that's if
Taking
9/11
him
was
out
it.
didn't solve the problem, mate. You know what
That's
I
if
mean? But we
9/11
didn't do
wasn't
it
a
to help.
problem.
We didn't do anything to heal and help the country in a way that suited them. You know what I mean? We done it in our own way. We
Well,
done it in the
it
case of like,
depends,
right,
mate.
well, we'll put in a, no, but we'll put in a government. This is what happened with Afghanistan, mate. We put in a government in Afghanistan, right, thinking that the democratic way and going through it would be the way. Problem with the government in Afghanistan was they were super corrupt. Like the Afghanistan government was super corrupt. So the people on the ground ended up believing, right, well, we can't trust the government, we can't do this. Who's the next best thing with ideals? And it was the Taliban for them, because they remember the time before Al Qaeda. They remember in the 90s when the Taliban was in control after the Soviet war, two Soviet wars, what happened in Afghanistan as well, what was absolutely brutal and horrendous, right? And they were like, right, well, this must be it. Now, Saddam Hussein, you see why the rhetoric of, well, he had a grip on all these terrorist groups and all that kind of stuff, and he had control and that kind of shit. It's because even though we didn't do anything to help heal, we didn't put anything to try and like fucking actually help the country in a good, productive way and change the people from the ground up, We just went, right, we've done our job. Let's provide security, and that's all we do. You know what I mean? No, we need to actually go amongst the people, try and help local communities, try and help local places. Eventually, that country will become into a productive, better, more fucking closer to a first world country from the ground up, where people will end up liking us instead, and we'll get a great fucking ally out of it. You get what I mean?
Well, I get what you mean. I just don't think that's pragmatic at all.
How come?
Because I don't think that's how I don't think it's just good. It would have just worked like that. I don't think you're going to get fucking Muslims that have been brought up and fucking taught stuff radical are just going to change their fucking mind because that wee English guy came on, he's talking to us. I just don't think that's going to happen. And you were talking about 9/11. I mean, it depends on the situation in 9/11. I mean, fucking, I've been reading the theories of the possibility of that even being a false flag caused by America itself, so that they could invade Iraq. So kind of comes down to fucking what's the truth about what actually happened, about what went in. Did America cause a false flag so they could attack? Was it something that happened in the Middle East to begin with themselves? Not enough information there for me to really make a final decision, I guess. I'm not going to make a final decision. I don't know.
Fair enough.
I think your
It's really
scenario is based on everybody having the best intentions, but it's just unlikely to happen. You know what I mean? Kind of similar to what happened with Charlie today. He was only going to campuses to talk to people with the best intentions to change the mind of young voters and young people going forward for the best. But then you got somebody radical that took him out anyway. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think your scenario is just based on everything gone on fucking with the best intentions for people, which just isn't always the case. It never is the case. Fucking pretty much all the time.
I mean, I'm a glass half full type guy, you know what I mean? Half full instead of half empty type guy, you know what I mean? So I did generally believe that the best
I'm a glass half
intentions
full
is-
type of fucking guy, but like you need to also be a wee bit realistic. Like you can't expect everybody just to be goody goody. You know what I mean? It's just I don't think. I don't. It's not that I think. I know, and you know as well that the world isn't like that. And I don't know. I think setting the types of expectations for yourself is going to set you up for disappointment in the future. Personally, just I think I've communicated that the way I wanted to. I was struggling to find words all the time. You get what I mean, though. You get what I mean. And again, it goes to the information because I don't know what happened with 9/11. I can say it's a false flag, but I can't prove it's a false flag. And obviously, that's just a theory. Not like anybody's going to tell me otherwise it's true or is no true and present all the facts. Talk about 9/11 all night and what I think jet fuel doesn't burn all the iron, all that crap. Like I could talk about.
Jet fuel doesn't matter. If you hit a tower with a fucking airplane, it's going to fucking collapse. You know what I mean?
Aye, like sideways, mate, but fucking know the way it collapsed on itself, like fucking it collapsed in on itself. Like see the frames as well on skyscrapers like that, Autumn, they are built and reinforced. They're reinforced in a way that if a plane was to crash, that the building wouldn't tip and keel over on itself. That's how they're built. That's how strong the beams are. And the beams, as thick as they are, they're way too thick for jet fuel because jet fuel doesn't burn warm enough to burn right through them. So see in a realistic
It's
situation,
not like
see
the
if
jet was
see if it
trying
was
to burn the thing, you know what I mean?
obviously it crashed into it, was trying to destroy it, like that was obviously the whole point, right? But fucking see if fucking a plane was to crash into like say the building, like the apartment buildings in fucking the flats in Irvine across for like Enzo, like the red ones that used to be there. See if a plane was to crash into one of them, then it would just kind of like see the bit it crashed on. It would kind of like split, kind of like a Jenga tower, as if you were to like smack it sideways with your horn. It would split and then kind of keel over on its side. But see what happened with the twin towers, or the first tower or second tower, I don't know which one it was. What happened was, the plane hit, it waited a second, and then it imploded in on itself. It couldn't have done that with just jet fuel. And the theory goes by, and a lot of the theories, I've watched a few videos on it as well. Based on the videos, see what happened roughly at the same time and after the first plane hit. There was more explosions going on inside the building. They reckon people went and implanted bombs at weak points on the structure to help it implode in itself, so it went down the way. It looked more like a demolition job than a plane crashing into it. And that's just my fault looking at it. Like that wouldn't have happened to a regular skyscraper with a plane hitting it. That imploding in itself and then going down, like just crashing all the way down. There's an outside factor there at play as well. The plane definitely hit, nobody's disputing that, but I reckon there's another factor there.
There's a thing, see when there was so much damage done, it ends up going down and down and down and down. It doesn't just keel over, you know what I mean? Like, the thing is that, you're right, it goes in, right? Explodes, because at the same time it's got engines, it's got fuel, it's got everything kicking out of it and all that kind of stuff. See if you've got a structure at the top, you know what I mean? And the first 3 floors start collapsing in on themselves, you know, because it's been hit with a great impact. Let's just say a fucking plane, you know what I mean? Like, that hits down, then hits down, and hits down. That much impact going one after another, after each other, you know what I mean? Ends up bringing it down, you know what I mean?
But it's the second explosions that are the dodgy part, mate. It didn't just happen on the first one. And the plane got stuck in it, like, so it would have got stuck in the frames, and it would have been the fucking plane that took the most damage. There was other explosions there. From other side of the tower, where the fucking plane wasn't even in, because the plane got stuck and lodged in one side of it. But then there's also explosions at the other side as well. Bit weird just looking at it.
Big ass plane going roughly 600 miles per hour, mate. You know what I mean? Like,
And
I
again,
don't
mate,
think it would be stuck in a tower.
it's the reinforced beams as well, mate. Like, that's the whole point. They were there and built specifically to be able to sustain a plane crashing into the tower in the unlikely event that might happen. The beams didn't melt and destroy. They couldn't. That's the fact. They couldn't melt enough for a plane to do enough damage to bring that tower down. That's why they were built like that. This is why skyscrapers are built like that.
It's a very bad way of explaining about it. It was great because it showed literally like so many different diagrams and how it happened and shit like that. It was just some random group shit, you know.
Well, anyway, it's that other funny. I'd say I'd put on. But after that video that I don't know. The Nazi symbol. Me and you. Yes. Oh shit, I missed that. But no, money does fucking money is power, space. Money is power. If you have money, you have the power. So I definitely am on fucking low latency instead of ultra low. I can fucking hit it. Right, I'm gonna play this video up. Fucking final video of the stream. That video I was talking about, the fucking liberal liberal goes back in time to kill Hitler. Oh yeah. Oh shit. Why isn't it playing? And it mute. You're right. Ja.
Nej, nej.
Sehr gut. Sehr gut.
I'm a time traveler from the year 2025, and I've come here to kill you, Hitler.
Oh, not again. I'm never gonna have enough time to finish these paintings with all of these time travelers trying to kill me.
Well, I'm going to succeed.
Before you pull the trigger, can I just ask why? Why do all of you people want to kill me?
Isn't it obvious? I'm a progressive, a liberal, a fighter for social justice. And you are a fascist who implemented a reign of terror. And while the effects of your policies devastated the world for decades, soon we will be able to take back the White House, and we will be able to use the government to force people to follow our great ideas.
You want to use government power to force your ideas on the populace. Me too! That's fantastic!
What? No. Ugh. You and I have nothing in common. What I'm saying is there are people in our time with dangerous ideas, and we need to silence them.
Silencing those who disagree with you. I do that too! Oh, wunderbar!
Wunderbar.
Oh, the Nazi movement will not die with me.
Don't give me that. I'm enlightened, and you're as bad as, well, as Hitler. Listen, what I'm trying to say is we are very close to implementing a utopia, as long as we can get rid of some certain undesirable people groups.
Yes, like the Jews.
Yes, like the Jews. Oh.
So in the future,
What
you also do not like the Jews?
Well, no. But we don't believe in segregating all the races like you do. I mean, except for like graduation ceremonies. And dorms. And hiring practices. Oh, and admissions policies. That sort of thing.
I too am a fan of the segregation. I'm sorry, I have to ask, is this a real firearm or is this some kind of toy for kinder?
It's a flare gun. I'm trying not to support America's toxic gun culture. I'm a firm believer in gun control.
Gun control! This was one of my ideas too. Ban them from the undesirables. Yes, look here. Oh, and your shirt. This is an organization founded by Margaret Sanger. Yes?
Wait, you know about Margaret Sanger?
Jawohl.
As
of
if flare gun
course.
space it is.
Oh, she's such a lovely person.
No. She's a fighter for reproductive rights, for women's empowerment,
And the eradication of undesirable populations by means of eugenics. Brilliant lady, very inspiring. I must use some of her ideas in our socialized healthcare system.
socialized healthcare. That's not your thing. That's our thing.
Oh no, it's very much my thing. Did you know that Nazi means National Socialist German Workers' Party? Nazi is just more catchy. Nazi, 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 Nazi. Just rolls off the tongue.
No. This can't be true. This has to be some sort of mistake. We are nothing alike. You're Adolf Hitler, evil right-wing fascist dictator, and I'm a feminist restorative justice advocate. And a vegetarian.
You're a vegetarian? Me too!
And
Okay,
no
I am-
space, I know.
So confused right now. I came here with a clear goal in mind to kill the most evil man to have ever lived. Besides Ronald Reagan. But now that I'm meeting you in person, you're not at all what I thought you were.
Oh, don't give us hope, space. Don't give us
And
hope.
your painting is actually really good. What do you call it?
I call it Ein Reich ohne Juden.
Wow. I don't know what that means, but it sounds beautiful.
It does.
It's because we've got the subtitle.
Was there?
Eradication of the Jew. Oh, that's. I don't know what that says, but it sounds. You know. The full skit, like, gun control? Me too. uh, so do we start calling them Hitlers? Oh man.
Let's use a dialogue against them.
Oh, Liberal goes back in time to fix the Second Amendment. Oh. Yes, so true. Oh, I don't know what this thing that Selena Gomez said. Oh, but it sounds good to me.
Second
Could do one more.
Amendment done. James Madison, you've done it again.
Not so fast!
Who are you?
Hi, I'm Brinley. I'm a Democrat from the year 2025, and I'm here to make a few simple
I know,
changes
man.
on
Second
the
time I
Second
watched it.
Amendment.
Are there flying carriages by then? I've always wanted a flying carriage. That'd be so cool.
No. But we do have crippling depression and 400 new genders. Oh, and you can kill your own baby.
That's neat. What? No, that's terrible.
We've just come so far as a species. Anyway, so here are a few notes I have for some changes we can make to Amendment number 2.
Okay.
Number 1, you really need to add some clarity there that the Second Amendment only covers muzzle-loading muskets and nothing else.
I'm not sure what you mean, but this amendment is intended to allow Americans to own any firearm.
But what about the really scary ones?
Scary ones?
Yeah, like AR-15s, AR-16s, the ones with the,
So true.
the high capacity, the 30 round barrel clips. You know, assault weapons.
Assault weapons? That sounds awesome. Well, I don't know what firearms you have in the future, but the point of the Second Amendment is that an armed citizenry is essential to keeping the government in check and defend our rights.
But those guns are only for the police and the military.
Do you trust your government?
Of course not.
Then why would you want them to have much better guns than you?
James Madison! Number 2, you need to add clarifying language that common sense gun laws do not.
Specifically, I believe how it specifically wrote space is the Second Amendment is there to fucking so the people can fight back against government tyranny should such an event arise. I believe it's something along those lines. Basically the same thing you say. I'm just saying it all smart British way.
Violate the Second Amendment. Okay? I'm sure that's what you really meant, right? But you really need to spell these things out for the Republicans. Gun laws. Stop, James Madison! Number 2, you need to add clarifying language that common sense gun laws do not violate the Second Amendment. Okay? I'm sure that's what you really meant, right? But you really need to spell these things out for the Republicans. They're a little slow.
Common sense gun laws?
Yeah, you know, red flag laws where you can take away someone's guns at any time. Background checks, magazine capacity limitations, bans on any type of gun that is too scary. Just common sense stuff.
Does common sense mean something different in the year 2025? Look, when I wrote shall not be infringed, I meant shall not
be subject
be
to common sense gun laws. Okay, great. Glad we're on the same page there, Jamie. Okay, got tons of other notes to go through here, so we can just stay
That
focused.
sounds like how a liberal would
Closing gun
argue.
show loopholes, banning the shoulder thingy that goes
100%.
up, making sure guns are only used for hunting, of course, and establishing gun-free zones.
Wait. Gun-free zones.
Yeah, you know, making sure people can't bring guns to schools, churches, hospitals, and so on.
Is there some new technology in your time that can stop a gun from being carried into such places? Some kind of advanced steam-powered force field?
No. But we have a sign.
And does that stop bad people from having guns?
No, but there's a sign.
That's crazy
Look,
space.
your name is Brinley, is it? Yes? Okay. Brinley, the Second Amendment
Wild.
is foundational to the
Yeah, before you
idea
can
of
defend
the
yourself, that's
United
unreal.
States as an independent people.
Fuck New York.
It's the bedrock of our democracy.
I missed what he was saying.
Brinley, is it? Yes? Okay. Brinley, the Second Amendment is foundational to the idea of these United States as an independent people. It's the bedrock of our democracy. It's a shield against tyranny. A country not responsible enough to bear arms is not a country worth defending.
Yeah. Counterpoint, guns are scary, and I'm gonna make a few changes.
No, stop it! You will stop.
Back.
This is
You're
highly
No, give me the
irregular.
feather. I want the feather.
I plucked it this morning. We may disagree on the Second Amendment, but at least we can agree on the First Amendment, freedom of speech.
It's good. It's good with you, right?
No. Here is
Oh,
the
no.
list of notes I have on the First Amendment.
Oh, jeez. I need a drink. Tag Pack is a monthly subscription box designed for the tactical Second Amendment
Oh, it looks nice.
enthusiasts. Tag Pack believes it out right now. This magic box has access to all the information accumulated by all of mankind for all of history, and it fits into your coat pocket.
Yep.
What do you use it for?
Funny cat videos mostly.
The kitten's playing the pianoforte.
I like the feathers
Charlie
too,
the
though.
Unicorn, run! They're going to steal your kidney, sir! Badgers, badger, 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 badger.
Yeah, that's the badger.
This dog is
Love it.
wearing a pirate costume. He thinks he's people.
Nice.
Well, it's no wonder these birds are so angry. I just hurled them at a tower of bricks and wood. Badger, 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 badger.
That was Angry
This would be
Birds.
great with a veal de gala.
Yes,
The
sir.
soldier just returned from war, and his dog
And his
just came
dog.
out to greet him.
Yeah. Awful sweaties.
Oh, the loyalty of K9. What was that?
That was a paid advertisement for a Tac Pack subscription box.
Do they ship to colonial Philadelphia?
Blessings, good sir.
Mhm.
Thank you for watching this moving picture from the Babylon Bee.
Yeah, I sent you a
On the
video.
election.
Basically, it was more like it was putting into parables what I was meaning with the whole 9/11 fucking thing with the tower and all that collapse and all that and stuff. If you want to fucking spend 5 minutes, it was literally a 5 minute video. Fortunately.
This just in, you were looking at
Number 1. Jet fuel can't melt steel beams.
It's a freaking noodle. Your argument is invalid. Get over it. Find a job.
Find a
This is the most
job.
common conspiracy theory. So much so that it's essentially become a meme these days. And like a lot of memes, it's nonsense. No, jet fuel cannot melt steel beams. Jet fuel burns up to 1500 degrees Fahrenheit, while steel melts at around 2500 degrees. However, steel does begin to lose strength at around 600 degrees Fahrenheit, and with the weight above the impact point on the North Tower similar to that of the Titanic, the weakened steel simply could not hold, and the tower collapsed. Number 2. Controlled explosions. When the towers collapsed, many commented that the destruction looked similar to that of a controlled demolition. This added fuel to many conspiracy theories. However, modelling has proven this inaccurate. Research by Purdue University and Dr. Frank Greening showed that with the way the fuel spread on impact, and with the weight transfer from the building above the impact site, the building would indeed fall almost entirely vertically. Number 3. The World Trade Center 7 collapse was an inside job. Alongside the North and South Tower, WTC-7 was also destroyed on 9/11. It took around 7 hours for the building to collapse. However, the National Institute of Standards and Technology has supported the theory that WTC-7 was more damaged by falling debris than previously estimated. WTC-7 may have withstood the debris or the fire, but both factors, combined with the unusual design, brought down the building. Number 4. The Pentagon was hit by a missile. Despite dozens of witnesses who watched a plane fly into the side of the Pentagon, many conspiracy theorists believe it was instead a missile that caused the damage. When the plane hit the Pentagon's exterior wall, it created a hole approximately 75 feet wide. So why wasn't the hole 125 feet wide, the same as the plane's wingspan? The answer is actually pretty simple. One wing hit the ground on approach, and the second was sheared off by the force of the impact, leaving just the fuselage to cause damage. Number 5. Flight United 93 was shot down.
I'm on a plane that's been hijacked. I'm on the plane. I'm calling from the plane. Want to tell you I love you. Please tell
That was the one that
children
landed in
I
a field, I
love them
think.
very much. And I'm so sorry, babe. I don't know what to say. I hope to be able to see your face again, baby. I love you.
The fourth and final plane to be hijacked was believed to be targeting Washington, D.C. Instead, it crashed into a field in Pennsylvania. After the plane was hijacked, the crew and passengers staged a revolt, either forcing the plane into the ground themselves or forcing the hijackers to do so. but some believe the flight was instead shot down by the US military. This conspiracy theory is actually born out of some truth. The order was apparently given by Vice President Dick Cheney for the plane to be shot down. However, the scrambled jets never made it in time. And we know the plane wasn't shot down because the scrambled jets weren't armed, and instead actually planned to ram the plane. But before they got the chance to do so, the passengers took matters into their own hands. I think an act of heroism just took place on that plane, Cheney said. There are many more 9/11 conspiracy theories out there, all of which are completely ridiculous and easily disproved. But after 20 years, it's unlikely that some people will ever accept the truth.
Easily disproved, he says. I cited one study.
I mean, what?
It's just a joke, mate. It's just the way you say this. Easily disproved. He only cited one study. Easily disproved. Just funny.
What?
As I said before, mate, I don't know enough information to say otherwise, mate.
There's a sorrow
shit.
that I
Think about
have
that.
about it every day.
Shit take. Easily disproved. One university study that was done by left-wing people.
I've got to hop back, bro. It's a bit late for myself, you know. You take care, man. It's been good sauce.
I know worries, mate. Think about that when you go off, mate. That one university study that was done by liberals, you think about that.
You take care, bro. You take care, species, mate. It's been my pleasure, mate. I hope you have a good night, man.
No worries, bro. Good catch up, we. I'll speak to you soon, brother.
Speak to you soon, bro.
Bye. Right, I'm going to end stream there as well. Space, I'm going to jump into Stoop's chat and I'll chat away. So I will catch you in there, brother. Thank you for stopping by tonight. I appreciate it. I wasn't supposed to stream tonight. I chose to do it at the last second before bed. So, hey ho. That's it. I've investigated myself, Space. I can assure you I'm not a racist. I definitely do not discriminate against any other groups of people. Right, I'll speak to you soon, Space, right? You the man, brother, you the man, right? Speak soon, brother. Bye-bye.